everybody. Today I'm accompanied by Nick and Des. Today it's just kind of a back to basics episode where we talk about horror. We have a 15-minute time limit and basically see if we can get through the day, you know?
Yeah, mine.
Yeah, man. And who's gonna get chosen for the names today? It's Des.
I realized I actually have something in mind.
Yeah, Des, you're up first.
Okay. Well, as far as horror media, I will warn you, I haven't really, done a whole lot. So I'm going to do an incredibly irrelevant horror media. I'm going to do talk about Dracula by Bram Stoker. Basically, the summary is so this guy, Jonathan Harker, is an English solicitor and he begins journey to Dracula's castle. The people who live nearby, as soon as they heard about that, when he was stopping at an inn or whatever, they say, "Hey, you sure you want to do that? You should be worried." They didn't really say exactly why. He said they're just being superstitious. He continues to go there. Dracula seems like a pretty decent guy until he's not, and he kind of seems like, oh geez, no, I'm trapped here. It's written rather than like a novel, it's written as like diary entries, letters, newspaper clippings, etc. And basically, he went there originally to quote unquote assist the Count with a real estate purchase in London, and eventually, just because, Dracula was planning on, setting up base in London and spreading his curse there. But eventually, the Count's vampiric nature and all that is revealed before eventually, battle happens with all that. With including, or the group opposing him, I should say, is Abraham Van Helsing, John Seward, and Harker's fiance, Mina Murray, among like a few other people which I don't really recall.
Abraham Van Helsing, the second man named Abraham to hunt vampires after Lincoln.
Wonderful. And as Dracula tries to enact his plan, and basically these protagonists seek to thwart his efforts and ultimately destroy him. I will say, as far as like the book goes, the first half very, very easy read. The second half, slow, boring read.
I
Still a
see.
good book though.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't. Yeah, I guess Dracula was less obvious, like because in like other vampire medias, he's just kind of like you kind of know he's Dracula, but I guess or he's like a vampire, right? I guess in this one you really didn't until like the latter half of the book, it seems, right?
He probably didn't like the first third was over, I think. After the first third, he kind of realizes, hey, maybe this guy isn't so nice. He seems a little bit creepy. It seems like I just might be trapped here.
I guess that makes
And
sense.
at one point, like during the middle of the book, Dracula says, "Hey, you're probably going to be on the road. Why don't you, send your letters early? That way they'll, go in the post before you travel, just in case something happens. Whatever, just in case they go a little bit slow." And then he realizes, hey, if I send, basically wanting to send those out as though they were, those he's like, in and in or whatever. So he sent those out as he was realizing, hey, if I do this, it'll make it seem like I'm traveling. And he's realized, oh no, I'm really going to be trapped here. And Dracula is
So
essentially doing this that way it'll seem like I'm not here.
that's actually pretty smart. Like plot twist? Is that a plot twist? I guess it is.
I guess you could call it an early example of a plot twist. I would.
It's like, oh, there's.
Um,
I guess it's where
it's
it's like
not
revealed.
it's not really a plot twist. It's just this guy basically being forced to write a couple letters, or wouldn't say forced. I would say highly suggested to write letters. That way
Coerced.
they quote unquote be sent ahead of time before you travel, quote unquote. But really, it's just that way Dracula could keep him there without people suspecting.
Okay, so what kind of powers did the Dracula version have? Did he have the fangs or whatever? Or was he just kind of a weird guy?
I don't think he had
Um,
fangs.
I will say, seems kind of like he was a weird guy based on the description. I think it does. Sorry, I'm trying to remember it. I like read it like at this point like 6 or 9 months ago.
Hey,
But
it's
I think
fine,
that
man.
he was just like a weird elderly guy. At one point the hostage Jonathan Harker tries to escape, and then Dracula summons like a bunch of wolves.
His powers are summoning wolves.
Yes.
So he lost his
Like not
powers
like
in
in the
some.
castle, like on the outskirts. That way, the guy is too scared to leave.
I don't know.
On all levels
It's kind
except
of funny to
physical,
think.
I am a wolf.
It's just really funny that like I guess this version of Dracula is kind of just a weird guy who had control of wolves. That's interesting.
And also though he could also like he did say that he like this the guy who's prisoner did like occasionally see him crawling around on the outside of his castle,
Also, didn't he get
like on
younger
like the walls
when
and
he
roof and
drank
stuff.
blood? Didn't he get younger when
I'm
he
sorry.
drank blood? Dracula.
I'm not really sure. I don't quite recall.
I mean, I think it's really interesting that that Dracula was such a different character than how he is portrayed now.
Maybe I'm just bad at explaining it. You think you'd say it's pretty similar, and he did in fact was a blood drinker. I'm just kind of bad at explaining things.
But I mean, he wasn't exactly like a vampire as we kind of know, even if his like character traits might be similar.
Yeah, I guess from modern interpretations, the classical Dracula is pretty different.
Yeah, I just think that's pretty interesting though,
Yeah,
just seeing how
it's a
things evolve.
that's whatchamacallit. I'm pretty sure this has a specific name, but it's like cultural drift or whatever, where fictional
Mhm.
characters, even really old
A fun
ones,
fact:
at times.
the book of Dracula is actually inspired by the book Camellia, I believe.
Camellia.
Do you mean Carmilla?
And what's that one?
Yes, I'm sorry, Carmilla, which is sort of like about a girl who, as a child, dreamt that someone snuck into the room and bit them in the neck, or another girl snuck into the room and bit them in the neck. Then, later on in life, there's this widow and her daughter passing through. They invited the daughter to stay with them, and then it was later revealed that the woman was a vampire. I'm not gonna go too deep into it just because I already did my spat.
You got like 6 minutes left. You can do it.
It's basically predates Dracula. I'd say like by about 20 years. But it's sort of like a odd lesbian vampire trope, or at least lesbian. I would
Okay,
say,
so
not that
there's
they
like
believed in that stuff then, but it certainly has some female on female romantic traits.
It
oh
has
really?
some
So was it
sapphic
like
undertones.
so
Yes,
it wasn't like explicitly female romance, but it was like kind of implied through the text a little bit, is what you're saying?
a little bit.
I mean, vampires have basically been that weird little, I don't want to say redheaded stepchild, but has been the redheaded stepchild of sexual metaphors concerning monsters for a while. So it doesn't exactly surprise me that in, what, Victorian England, vampires were sapphic back then.
Mhm.
Hmm.
But basically, after like a while of living together, they realize, hey, this Carmilla might actually be like this one supposed, like from this one supposed vampire family in that one town that no longer exists. They were probably dealing with an undead of sorts. I'm bad at explaining things, and I got the book like about a year ago, so what can I expect? I should have read it, but hey, I'm bad at talking. What do you expect? Next person.
I mean, you weren't that bad at talking.
Yeah, you weren't that bad.
That's because I took notes.
Oh my god, you took note?
I did not take notes. So let me hope that a thing happened, thing, good thing. Do you want me to be next, sir?
No, we'll spin for it, or
Make
technically
it
flip a coin.
flip a coin. Okay, but you can
Alright,
flip
it's
that
your
coin.
turn.
Oh, I see. All right, so the thing. I watched that Iron Man Markiplier
Thing.
movie recently. Yeah, you guys see that? You know the Markiplier Iron Man?
No, but I kinda want to.
I'd say it's really good. I don't know. I really liked it. I thought the world building was interesting, and they did the world a service, because Iron Man has a pretty interesting world, right? Because it's like the whole quiet rapture thing, and a bunch of the planets disappear, or all the planets disappear, and it's just like a few base bases left, and then there's like a moon with like a blood ocean on it. So yeah, pretty interesting lore, and like honestly, like the movie, it's like all in one place, but it's like engaging the whole time. It's kind of impressive.
It's a bottleneck movie. Bottle episode
What is a
movie.
bottleneck?
Basically a movie that takes place on a single set. Do you know The Cube?
I haven't seen The Cube, no, but I really enjoyed the movie. I definitely recommend it because it's like it was really good. I really like the visual effects were great. The acting was good. I like the story, even if I probably didn't understand it a little bit in some places. And I was like engaged the whole time, to be honest. So it was a good movie. I don't know. I just liked it, you know? Like what do you want me to describe anything about it? I guess I don't know, man.
What were your thoughts on Mark's acting? That's
It
his
was
real
good.
name, right?
I mean,
Mark.
I didn't have any complaints about it, but I probably thought like he did a good job. Like I wasn't really focusing too much. I was just like, oh, this is Markiplier. This is or I was just like, oh, hey, this is a cool acting. Like he did a good job. I mean, I guess a part of me was kind of thinking like, oh, this is just like Markiplier or whatever. But like the acting was still good, so I mean, I can't complain. And oh, there was this one cool scene. Did you hear that he used like the most gallons of fake blood like ever on a movie?
Yeah, I think
It
I've
beat
heard of
like
that.
Evil Dead. Yeah, but that scene where it actually was used was like actually crazy, dude. Like the practical effects were nuts. I don't know, just the effects are just really high budget and good, and like the movie didn't even cost that much. So I don't really know why studios have to like force out like at least a $200 million budget just to get a movie out. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, man.
I
I guess there's a
mean,
lot of VFX fees you gotta pay, but
compared to the crazy fucking budgets of other movies, I say 2 million is pretty reasonable for what we got, especially in this day and age.
oh no, I was saying like 200, like you know the like you know the budget of that movie, like Ireland was pretty like was good for really good for what we got. Like I'm just saying, like I don't know, like the budgets on other movies are kind of insane. But I don't know, that's just a little tangent, I guess. But the point is I enjoyed it. And also, you guys hear about Resident Evil 9 that came out recently?
Yeah, I've
I haven't played it.
I've watched a streamer play it up to a certain point.
Did it look good?
Yeah, it looks like a Resident Evil game. I wouldn't.
Yeah, sorry, I interrupted you. My bad.
No, man, it's fine. I'm not exactly the biggest fan of Resident Evil. I prefer not zombies. That came out wrong.
Well, I mean, didn't Resident Evil like 7 and 8 kind of have not zombies? Technically, they had like kind of more creatures.
Yeah, on a technical level, but they were basically still the basic horde enemy kind of thing. I mean, I like
Well,
zombies. I
I
just
think
don't like
Resident
Resident.
Evil 8 kind of did a lot of stuff different, right? Because they had like the
Yeah,
werewolves,
I think Resident
didn't
Evil
they?
8 was a good
Yeah, I
whatchamacallit.
mean, I really love the designs of Resident Evil 8, actually. Like the whole grotesque monsters thing, like they were able to do really interesting things with the designs. Especially, you know, that one fish guy?
Monroe.
Yeah, he looked absolutely like disgusting.
Yeah, poor fish man.
I know it was really sad too because he's got like ostracized basically, and he tried to make his parental figure proud, and then he kind of just got obliterated and killed, and that was the end of him.
Eh,
So he was like, yeah, a poor fella.
yeah,
And
poor.
also, I probably wouldn't want to live like that if I was that deformed. Like you know, he got deformed by like you know the little parasite thing
Yeah, the
combined with the
parasite.
mold. Yeah, the lore of the game was interesting.
Ecodome
They
parasite.
really had to stretch it to get make some of the enemies kind of work in lore,
No,
right? But
I
it was
think
good.
I think they did really good lore justifications for Resident Evil 8 and the
It really did,
mold
but it was
and
like
the
it
parasites.
felt supernatural, but like everything had like explanations, right? Like you know like the Lady Demetress daughters, like they had like they could turn into flies. It was because their entire bodies were made up of that, and that's why if you froze them, you could kill them. That was
Ye-
interesting because it was like you'd think it's a supernatural thing because they're just like phasing in and out of existence, but no, it's just a bunch of weird bugs.
Honestly, I think Resident Evil 9 might be backtracking a bit, 'cause like, aren't they just going back to the T virus? Or am I misunderstanding things?
I don't know. I haven't really. I'm gonna actually play through it. I want to go in blind, so I haven't seen any of the actual lore yet.
That's
You know what I'm
reasonable.
saying?
Yeah, no spoiler run.
Because
I
I am
get
a
that.
fan. I've played Resident Evil 2 remake. I'm in the middle of Resident Evil 4 remake. I have Resident Evil 7. I still gotta finish that game though.
3-7 is the one with the crazy hillbilly family, right?
Yeah, but actually, like 7 and 8 were like really fun, like different takes on whole Resident Evil. It's a really creatively cool direction, I guess. I liked it.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Like I mean it was kind of cool how we had like you know it felt like RE7 had like most of the family were just kind of like distinct villains, right? Like the whole but not really villain. I mean, yeah, I guess kind of villain but not really villains because they were getting controlled by the mold. I guess except
Antagonists.
Lucas because he was like Saw. I mean maybe he was a villain because he had like that didn't he have like that freaky finger chop off game? It was like blackjack.
Honestly, I think Lucas was a pretty good secondary
Yeah, I like
antagonist compared
yeah,
to.
I like that. I like how he was like actually crazy and he was like the one unsympathetic member of the whole Baker family or whatever.
Yeah, he also like sell out his family to be used as test subjects, and he got like medicine to keep him sane
But yeah,
from
then I
like
guess it
doctors.
failed Wasn't there like a DLC where he got murdered? There
I
was,
think
I
that
think.
happens in the main game.
Nah. I think it was like a Chris Redfield DLC, and it was like they went in and then he mutates and then they kill him.
Isn't the only DLC that one beat 'em up thing?
Death of Death of Jack. No, I think there was two DLCs.
Oh, then I might be remembering the second one.
Yeah. No, the other one was like where they have to save where his uncle saved the daughter, and then Jack is still alive for some reason. They have to like finally actually put him down. Okay, but that one bit where like Jack like never kind of truly died was kind of like a cool bit for him, you know? Like you think he kill him, but he just comes back.
Yeah,
That's
he
just a
had
fun,
a
really fun bit.
he min-maxed into durability and regeneration, I guess.
I mean, I don't really know why the rest of his family really couldn't regenerate from that much. I mean, there was like Margaret, right? Which Margaret kind of once he kill her weird, I don't know, buzz infested thing, he kind of just kill her, I guess, and then she just dies. But
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not that big of a Resident Evil fan, but I do like the lore. I won't deny that.
yeah, I just wonder what they're gonna make or like remake next or whatever. Because the remakes are really good. Like, I played two and it was like, oh my goodness, this is so cool. And it was like, honestly, I think horror games are scarier to me than horror movies because I like actually have to do the stuff and it's kind of scary.
You're in
You
the
know?
shoes of the protagonist, so to speak.
I mean, Resident Evil 4 isn't scary, but 2 is because it's like, especially when there's like the stalker sequences, dude, and you have to like run the fuck away. And you can't really like kill it or anything, or like when there's like the lickers, that's pretty tense,
Oh yeah, lickers.
Yeah,
Lickers are my favorite monsters.
yeah, they're cool. Like they have I mean, it's really cool design, and they have like the cool lore of like, oh hey, all the other senses are heightened, and they're more they actually turn into more like creature like things, but then they're blind. I just wonder how they're more durable if their brains are like on the top of their heads, and you can just shoot. But when you shoot them in the head, they don't like immediately die.
Uh, it's probably similar to like a tumor if you want to go like by real
Yeah.
world rules. Real world rules. That's a bit of a tongue twister.
Wow, this kind of turned from Iron Lung to just discussing Resident Evil, and I like Resident Evil now, so I don't mind. It's a good horror franchise for the most part.
Yeah, didn't they do a couple animated movies?
No, it was live action movies, but I think they kind of suck. I heard. I didn't really watch any of them.
Maybe we can do a watch
Des, do you
along
have
or
any?
something. Des,
Des,
do
you,
you
you
have
good?
any
Do you have
thoughts?
anything to add?
No, I am thoughtless, and that's just letting off my brain like water.
Uh, yeah, I
Bunch
guess we're
time
all
then.
a brain thing. How many minutes do I got left? 9 minutes.
You got 1.5.
I don't know what else I can talk about. I mean, I guess I'll rant about 8 again. It's kind of weird what they did with the whole metal guy, how he just turned into like the metal monster. You know that?
Yeah, I feel like Heisenberg was a bit of a wasted character. It would have been cool if he like
I mean, he kind of had aura like in his original design. I liked his whole weird mechanical zombies. That's like a really fun idea.
yeah, like he could have been the antagonist to his very own game, like a sequel or
Probably, yeah. Like
something.
I honestly, I just really like the tech zombies. They're really cool and lore, and they're just like also really cool looking. So,
Yeah,
oh yeah, and there's like that one with like the fan blade for a head, and it like cut off its own arms. Remember that one?
I think that one was called the Sturm Soldat or the
Yeah, that one
Sturm.
was that one was that one was cool. I don't know. Just so many of the creatures are just really cool. I don't know. God,
You should get the art book for your birthday if you really like them that much.
maybe.
Maybe.
I'm getting Resident Evil 9 for my birthday though, so I'm gonna play that.
All right, timer's over.
Thanks.
Now who's next?
That was a good.
Yeah, I think that was a good discussion.
What are you discussing?
I gonna stretch really quick. So basically, something has been bothering me for a very long time, and that is the splatterpunk genre. And the two worst offenders are The Slob by Aaron Beauregard and Daddy's Little Toy by Tori Woods.
Oh, is that really Splatterpunk? I thought that was just a weird pedophile book.
It's apparently splatterpunk, and I know the whole
Oh
entire
God.
point of splatterpunk is to be a protest against censorship. But I find that I think these writers are just using it to post, well, not post, but publish their weird, sick, well, not sick, their weird fantasies. Well, not. I think splatterpunk is being used as an excuse to just write absolute degenerate books to the point like it goes beyond the sense of protest and into really dude territory because like
I mean, yeah. I just thought the Tory Woods, but I didn't even. I just thought that was like a weird, like creepy, like pedo romance book or whatever. It's pretty disgusting. From what I heard, I thought didn't the creator of that book get like arrested?
Yeah, Tory Woods got arrested. I'm
Yeah.
usually the proponent of fiction only being able to harm you if you let it, and that you should always like pay attention to trigger warnings and that kind of stuff. But like, I kind of understand people's perspective now after hearing Tory Woods' story.
I just want. What the hell is the slob though? I don't know
Okay,
if I want to know that.
the slob is just the worst. It's the worst
Okay,
thing
but
I have ever heard of. It is the worst thing I was ever
what is it
told
about?
of.
I'm
Basically,
not.
this extremely ableist caricature of a mentally ill, well, not ill, but like mentally deficient man sexually and physically tortures women, and I'm pretty sure it's a fetish thing.
Okay, yeah, that's weird. I mean,
And it's just like,
wasn't the point of Splatterpunk to just be like horror, but like lack all the subtlety? Like, it's just like, I mean, but this isn't even horror. This is like a weird ass. You should not.
it's
You
over
should
the
have a
top.
certain.
It's going
I
beyond.
mean, yeah, you have like you should have like a certain level of dignity when you're writing about like I mean you can write like oh it's like super gory and splattery or whatever like that's like fine as long as it's like if you're just doing it not for like a weird thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of going up against the whole point of Splatterpunk, all the weird shit.
Now I want to
Yeah.
Now I want to actually say something. I am not demeaning or mocking the entirety of Splatterpunk. I am giving shit to these two examples of Daddy's Little Toy and the Slob because I feel like they absolutely abused the intention behind Splatterpunk as a genre to just be weird fiction, and that they kind of just went too far beyond the pale into territory that I don't think should be explored in the way they did in fiction. Because, like, it really didn't feel like they had any respect or tact when dealing with these sort of subjects. And I know that's kind of common in splatterpunk as a genre, but this felt malicious in a way. Dot dot dot. That is just the word that came to mind in this instance. I'm not accusing them of anything. It's just that they just went too far, is what I'm trying to say in so many words. They just went too far, in my opinion, and they need to chill out with their next book.
Yeah, and probably don't let Tory Woods write a book again.
No, no, no. Well, let her write. I'm just saying that they need to pull it back a bit if they really want to keep chugging along at the proper pace. But what the hell do I know? I am not published. Yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to say about Splatterpunk. Dead by Daylight, I really liked playing that for a while. It was
Honestly, I probably couldn't get into it because it's like I feel like I have to sink a lot into it, and then there's also the thing where it's like you also have to buy the killers too, and there's also like everybody already knows how to play the game, and they probably don't like new players. Isn't there all that? I guess.
Yeah, totally. I understand that.
Yeah, I could just never get into it, but yeah.
I got into Dead by Daylight last year, like
How
actually
long did it
playing it,
take you to like
but
actually,
like I've been a really big fan of the lore for a while because I found the whole cosmic horror multiverse stuff pretty interesting, along with the aesthetics of the original killers. I really want to get Unknown next, because, like, that dude's just cool. I think he's a cool analog horror monster that they translated pretty well into the game.
yeah, I mean, we don't even know anything about him. I heard the lore at least about unknown.
Yeah,
He looks interesting and very weird. So like weirdly fun. I don't know.
honestly, I think that the Unknown should have gotten the whatchamacallit game. Who was the studio that made the Wendigo game with multiple choices and endings?
I don't know.
No idea.
Oh, I want to say Break of Dawn.
For the longest time. Okay, sorry.
Until Dawn. That's the one. Yeah,
Wasn't it
Superman.
werewolves?
No, it was Wendigo. I think that's another one of their
I don't
games.
know.
Basically, Supermassive made this game called The Casting of Frank Stone in their usual style, and apparently it's a pretty good game to play. I didn't like the gameplay videos of it, so, there's probably a difference. But I would really love to see a game like the casting of Frank Stone, where the unknown is the antagonist or protagonist. I'm not picky, because I just think it's a very strong and interesting creature concept and design, and I think it deserves its own game.
I mean, maybe so. I just don't really know why the unknown uses like an axe and also can spew out the purple liquid. Like, I don't know what kind of powers that thing has. Or maybe that just adds to the mystery.
Yeah, I think it adds to the mystery, and that makes it gooder or better. Like the powers make you
Yeah.
ask questions.
I guess you have a point. Yes. Yes, yes, very much.
4 more minutes. Behavior canceled another project set in the Dead by Daylight universe that I'm mildly annoyed about. It was
I only mildly annoyed.
I've had time to process. I found out about this like a couple years ago. Or not even a couple years ago, but it was a long time ago. I'm pretty sure it was called Project T, and it was about characters doing a tower defense in the fog of Dead by Daylight against some pretty okay monster designs. We only really got like a very small amount of test footage and some information about it. But the reason it was canceled is because apparently the test players didn't like it very much and they decided to scrap the whole thing, which I think was a terrible idea and that they're cowards for not stepping out of their comfort zone.
Well, I guess most things are driven by is
Yeah, I feel you there. Most things are.
what is the crappiest horror game franchise that is successful other than mascot horror stuff? But that's just a whole rabbit hole of worms.
The worst
Because
horror
if it was
game
mascot horror, it'd probably be like
franchise?
Garden Abandoned. Yeah.
I want to say the Texas Chainsaw Massacre horror game. Because,
Oh,
like, didn't that die faster than the Jason and whatchamacallit, Michael video games? The Halloween and Friday the 13th versions of those games? Isometric.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. Mascot
Does
horror?
anyone?
No, not at all. Mascot horror is terrible. You should all force behavior to try their hand at that tower defense game again. Ooh, I'm also really excited to try out Marathon. Okay,
what
timer
is that
step.
one? Oh, shoot.
Oh,
I mean, it's the end of the podcast already.
yeah, there was only like 3 of us. And this is... Shit, only 44 minutes of footage? Jeez.
Well, we only had 15 minutes each.
This means that it'll be an easy listen.
I guess. But that's like, what, half an hour after I edit it all down?
Prob.
Uh,
At least you have less to edit.
Yeah, I guess. Marathon is a game by the guys who made Destiny 1 and 2, and I like the aesthetics and I want the worm plush. That is all. Good night, everybody! It was good to
Like
have.
and subscribe to Stay Irrelevant. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Do what Des says. Thank you for
It might be.
wasting your
It
time on
might be better
us.
it might be better being irrelevant than being relevant because if you're irrelevant, you can just ignore everything and ignore all your life problems and they'll go away.
Yeah,
Don't take
like
my
and
False.
advice.
subscribe and
Terrible advice.
hype the video to be relevant, because we keep talking over each other. Just be irrelevant.
Another
Be
irrelevant
irrelevant.
piece of information is that look up there.
Yeah, it says gullible on the ceiling, don't you know?
Yeah, that's a pretty basic joke. Pretty irrelevant joke, one would say.
True, 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 true.
Also, do not ignore your life problems. Not all of them go away.
No, let them
Well,
fester.
I mean,
Let them
they'll
fester in
become
your internal organs.
your life problems will become irrelevant eventually. Once you go through all the pain.
Let your problems grow like a tumor. Watch more of my videos.
No. All right, that was a dumb bit.
Ah, I liked it.
We,
All right, for
yeah, you
serious
know,
this time. Goodbye, everybody. Like and subscribe and hype the
goodbye,
video.
people.
Thank you, Des and Nick, for coming on.
We're really doing hyping on videos now. That's crazy. I guess we kind of need it to
I
be
need it.
relevant in relevance.
Yeah, we need to be relevant in irrelevancy. Okay, for
Yeah,
serious.
I
Goodbye.
don't think that we'll get there anytime soon.
I don't know, last episode had like 100 views and still climbing, so.